Welcome to the behind the scenes featurette for Rogue Entity, the DVD. I'm Chris Toms, the creator and producer of this movie, and I'll be showing you around behind the scenes of the movie and all the processes that went into creating it. We'll also be showing you some of the different methods that we use for creating the movie, like 3D animation.
What are you doing?
I'm doing the behind the scenes introduction.
Oh, isn't that my job?
Yeah, but you weren't here.
Oh, sorry. Oh, I'll take it over from here. I'm Chris Toms, and I took on the task of creating a short film for my senior thesis. Along with the film, I'm creating the packaging of the movie, the DVD covers, and the posters. I hope you enjoy this tour. I hope you find it informative, and enjoy. Thanks. The idea originally came from a dream that I had about a year and a half ago. It consisted of 3 students that were drugged and with a brain control drug. And basically, in the dream, it wasn't too specific, but I later developed it and created the movie based around it. There's a lot of preparation that has to go into it. There's the scripting, there's the prop creation, there's the filming, there's the editing, there's the music choice, there's the casting, there's the calling, getting people into it. Most of these tasks included in posters and DVD creations. So there's a lot of stuff that you have to basically figure out how to work with and integrate it all into one cohesive unit, which is called Rogue Entity. I'm very proud of it. I wanted to create different motivations for each person, but I wanted each character in the movie to be trying to do what they believe is correct. Okay. Ready?
Yes. Oh, he's great. He directs and gives us direction, and really does take the directorial role in the direction and the directing of the movie.
Well, the fight choreography was my favorite part. It was very exciting, and I had some great people to work with. I wanted to create spectacular fights that were realistic looking but very showy.
Well, first I went up to Chris and I actually told him I did read the script, but that sort of fell through because there was no script, so I kind of fell into that trap.
You, and me, and I, and we.
Mine. I'm assuming that the entity is the serum and rogue means it's bad. I mean, I thought about it for a while, but it's really all I could figure out.
I too agree that the acting skills were absolutely amazing. I had some, once again, great people to work with. Most of the preparation was in the feeding. I usually got 2 or 3 courses of food in. We had the ice cream and shakes. Several hundred gallons of milk were drunken during the creation of this movie.
I was really excited when I got the call. I mean, I've worked with DCJ Productions, a couple of times in the past, and I've really been impressed by their professionalism and just by the level of the productions they produce on such a low budget. So when I was given the opportunity to appear in their next feature, I was really excited, and I said immediately yes without even seeing the script, which now I realize wasn't even done at the time.
Well, my first feelings were that I own the camera, so I really kind of have to be in this movie because otherwise I'll just bring it to my house and you'll never get to use it. I do have a spare camera, but that's mine too. Also, it was sort of an honor to be involved in something I really didn't have to do any work on too, which is the first. Usually I'm spending about 10 hours a day doing the editing, and I'm usually burnt out, and I think for a year ago I probably had a nervous breakdown because I just hated this so much.
Well, it took a while to get to know all the ins and outs of the whole, movie, how they videotape you and like in your element, and you have to be totally ready for your lines, and it's just a rigorous schedule, and all the bananas that you have to eat before you go on to the set, and how you got to work yourself up to get that perfect chutzpah, because chutzpah is key, and then just to be able to act naturally, and And what really got me, involved was the first movie that they did, Duct Wars. No, not first movie. I'm sorry. It was the third movie. That's the one that I'm in. I'm the guy. Victory. Yeah, it's good stuff.
That's Duct Wars 4. Yeah.
Oh, four. Yes. I see. I don't know these things, but hey, it's good stuff though. Trust me. And Victory and all that good stuff. But I thought it would be fun, and so I took a chance. Decided to be my personality as Ricky Carpazzo, and it really worked out because he kind of is like me, deep in my heart. I mean, when I think about all that stuff that he did, how he worked hard for his money, and sent people to like the right places to work hard and all that stuff, but it was good. It was good stuff though.
Well, if you look at the posters, sometimes I appear in the front, and it was really more of a combined effort, but I might have had maybe like one more speaking line. It was really a team effort type of thing, but we worked together as kind of a solid unit. Those roles were really tricky because it's like my mind didn't want to really do it, but I was being forced to. So a lot of that has to come through in your eyebrows when you portray the character, because the eyebrows are a lot of the emotion. When a little flicker in the eyebrows, like that is really how you communicate when the inside is fighting with the outside. That's a good question, and I would have to say time management, because this isn't a full-time job, and honestly, DCJ doesn't pay that well. So you have to find time to come. And I go to school, and I go to work, and then I come here, and we shoot a couple of... My hair kept changing length. This is a funny story. There's a fight where my hair's long in the beginning, and then short at the end. It wasn't as funny of a story as you kind of have to have Chris tell it.
Hours, my friend. Extensive, putting on the right kind of blush and all that stuff to work with the element that I'm in. Like, all the time I'm outside, so I gotta kind of like let the sun hit me well, and they do my hair. They'll, see how I can do that with it. But I mean, this is just, I only took like 2 hours to do all this.
Well, I think this is a very important issue today because we already are drugging people in America, and I think about 60 to 50% are drugged right now, and there's really nothing we can do. So this movie is good because it shows you what's going to happen to pretty much everyone in the world over the next 6 months.
Really trying to understand the whole tough guy, routine, because that's totally not me, I mean, I'm like really into like the long walks on the beach, watching the sunrise, and just to get deep down in my soul and try to understand, the tough guy part of me. It's so hard to find that, because sure, it's comes natural for some people who like to cut you off in traffic and give you one of these. It's good stuff though, but it's tough to be a hardcore actor that's stone cold. It's all like, give me the money and all that fun stuff. But I try, but it took a long time.
Chris wanted me to grow a beard, but actually he didn't really want me to. I just sort of made that up. So I started growing a goatee, and I had it to about like 1/4 of an inch, which is probably really good for me. And then we ended up not filming, so I had to shave it all off. Then about a year ago, I fell very ill, and I just couldn't do much for a few months. And then when I was able to get up again and go to work, I had a beard, so I just figured, hey, I'll keep it. No, I'm not a method actor.
In one of my scenes, try all of them. Everybody tells me, hey, you're Brad Pitt's brother, or you're his cousin, right? I mean, you don't know how many people have said that, and I take it with stride. My Brad Pitt's, my guy. I tell you, he's the symbol for all good-looking guys out there. He's got the hair going on. He's good. And he's always in those good movies like Fight Club, Seven, all those good hardcore movies. But Troy, I don't know. It was a little iffy with Troy, but he still had the cool hair, and he's like, he's a buff guy, so he's tough. But I kind of take that with pride. Everybody's all like, yeah, you're Brad Pitt's cousin or something. I'm like, well, yeah, I am. Even though I'm not, I say that I am because it's just awesome to know that people think that you are slightly related to Brad Pitt. It's a tough life, I tell you.
Oh boy, there's so many good memories. I mean, I'd say that time we got in a marshmallow fight, and I threw a marshmallow at Chris, and then he threw one at Barlow because I told him Barlow did it. I was like, no, it wasn't me, like that. And then he threw the marshmallow. That was about it, but that was definitely a good memory.
Many interesting roles, and I'm talking interesting roles, because let me tell you, I can do crazy voices. Crazy. I mean, I have like a repertoire for a lot of different voices, and that helps me with my acting capability, because then I can easily shift into these different roles, and just finding the acting capabilities is the interesting part. People tell me, you got so many good personality traits, and so why don't you use them towards good roles?
This is the attic where we build most of the sets that we need to build by hand. Let's take a look. This set is for when the students, after they're drugged, are being tested to make sure that the drug is working. This set was created one day by myself, and this is the chair where the students will sit, and then the lab technician will make sure that everything's. So why don't you check it out? It's huge. It's huge.
Don't trip over the wires. It's my job to make sure you don't.
Buffer.
It's kind of weird from out here, I think.
Okay.
I'd like to tell all the people who came out to see the film, go see it again. And tell your friends to go see it twice, too. But not 3 times. Because you might notice a couple of little mistakes. But, two times is good, because the first time you're like, whoa, this is cool. And the second time you're like, hey, that was really, and I noticed something new, and then tell your friends to go see it twice, and buy merchandise, because that's where the DCJ future is. It's in merchandise, and that's where the new movies will be, in the lunch boxes.